Hello everyone. Today's topic is stretching, why it is needed, why we should do it regularly, how it gives us an extra buffer to get rid of any major injury or any kind of fracture or small twist in our joints, etc., etc. Without further delay, let's start. So let's understand how our brain reacts to these muscles and joints. So brain made up of in such a mindset that our body is not like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, not like that. It's been there for last 1,000 years or more. So how we treated in these years, like we won't get food at right time, we may not get water at right place, we have to fetch water, go to some places, eat food one day, stay hungry for maybe 2-3 days, etc., etc. So first mechanism of brain is to survive, to protect this physical body at any cost. This fat accumulation, why we get fat? That also because brain thinks I may not get food tomorrow, so whatever extra food is there today, let me store it as fat and I'll use it in next day. That also comes under this survival mechanism. So imagine my wrist or my shoulders joint. If it goes beyond certain limit, the brain pull it up or tighten these muscles to protect this joint so that it should not break up. Like brain thinks I might break this hand, so it is just tighten these joints and protect these joints. That's why when we practice any asana, we ask to hold at least for 10 breaths, because 5 to 6 breaths, brain register that okay, this is an intentional moment, so let me relax this joint and allow these muscles to flex little more beyond. So slowly and gradually we are training our brain, okay, this is not the limit, this also can be the limit sometimes. Imagine you are playing badminton and usually you take up to this hand and throw. Suddenly someday you took little beyond and you feel any pain or small minor fracture or discomfort. So if you are doing regular flexibility practice or mobility practice, when you go beyond certain distance also, brain already knows, okay, this is still intentional, I can handle it. So it doesn't go towards the fracture or any kind of those such issues. So my point of telling you is, still the brain's main objective is to protect us, to survive this body, nothing else. So usually in day-to-day life, we won't face major accident or something like that. We are going to toilet, there is little slippery place and you just slip up. At that time, the fraction of second, if our mobility is strong enough, brain thinks, okay, still it is not a major thing, it is intentional only, and it gives a buffer not to break or not to fracture that joints. Same way, if you are going away, there is a pothole in the road, you just kept your foot there and there is a twist in your ankles or knee, suppose your foot is there down, it affects your knee or even hip joints as well. You caught some other things, it will affect your shoulders and elbows as well. So all these joints, if we practice regular flexibility, we follow a mobility routine, then it is very much possible that to a certain extent we won't harm yourself, or especially the person who all are little growing age, even nowadays after 40 as well, the strength of muscles and bone slowly reducing. Due to that, these kind of issues are very common. The second stage, now let's discuss which all groups should focus this kind of mobility and flexibility routine without fail or must. First categories are, as I mentioned little before, the growing age population. As per today's generation, it should be 40 plus. As we touch 40, the 90% of our population are not muscularly or physically fit to lift or pull off even single pull-up. So this kind of generation, if we are addressing 40 plus, we should do little bit of mobility, strength and flexibility exercises to protect our joints and make ourselves safe in uncertain conditions. The second categories of people are, if you are acquiring any new physical skill, such as you are learning football, you are learning swimming, or you are going for a class of badminton. All this, any physical sports or activities, if you are getting into a new skill, if you are running and physically fit, then you are going for badminton in that case as well. Because when we are shifting or we are acquiring new skills, new set of joints are involved in this kind of exercise. So we have to train these joints, or we have to enable these joints maximum range of motions. Suppose my shoulders, normal range of motion is this way or this way. So I have to make my shoulders ready to go all these direction, whichever direction it can go. And you have to flexible this mobility training for these shoulders in all range of motion possible. Similarly, next category of people are, suppose you are very much active in gymnastic or any specific sports or weightlifting, anything else. Because if you are, imagine normal person, you are not doing any training, just regular walking or regular running, day-to-day life, then your all muscles and joints are getting trained or getting utilized equally. Nothing is more or less. But imagine you are training specific goal, like you are weightlifting, or you are targeting your biceps or your thighs, quads, anything. Then specific, suppose I am targeting my biceps are getting bigger, my bicep muscles are getting bigger, but with respect to these connecting tissues, suppose shoulders or to the elbows, the ligaments, tendons, all these connecting tissues are not getting trained as equal as the biceps muscles. So what these connecting tissues are doing, they are connecting these muscles to bone, bone to bone, muscle to muscle, etc., etc. So if those connecting tissues are not being trained properly, kind of is not as strong as this muscles group, then there are chances to get injured very easily. That's why if you observe, many trainer or trained sports person get injured very frequently. They are not exposed to this kind of mobility or exercise or flexibility routine, or sometimes they feel it is not needed and they end up hurting themselves. Nowadays physiotherapists and yoga, all these things are coming and they are helping these people a lot. So if you are specific targeting to this kind of sports, definitely you should include mobility and flexibility routine in your lifestyle. Then the next categories of people are, suppose you are prone to this kind of unwanted accident. Suppose you are in a profession where you have to walk or you have to go for such situation, you are exposed to this kind of environment. Suppose there is a pothole, you have to run sometime, especially imagine police, or you are in a profession of measuring this land, everything. So as per your profession, if it demands this kind of regular activities, then definitely you should able to make your joint and mobility more stronger. And sometimes actor, sometimes they're every day facing a new life or every day facing a new challenges. Those kind of people, definitely you should include mobility and flexibility in your daily routine. Stay tuned for this kind of discussion in upcoming videos. If you have any doubt or if you feel any specific topic to be addressed, feel free to comment below. I'll try to address those topics. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. We post regularly almost 2 videos per week regarding this or any yoga topic or any asanas, etc., etc. So see you soon in the next video. Till then, namaskar.